it was me, Cat Williams, sitting next to each other in a little bitty room. And he was like, man, come on in, we got this. Because Tiny Lister didn't want to do, my good friend.
Yeah.
God bless his soul.
Yep.
Tiny Lister didn't want to do the third one. And they said, we got a new character, a guy named Damon and the whole thing. I was like, and see, you got to understand too, I had nothing to lose.
Right.
Like when I say nothing to lose, I came in there like Craig and Day Day. Just the niggas I want to see, you know. Hey, bro, I had nothing. I went back to Flint on them. I was like, oh, this is where I came. These are the cats I knew.
Right.
And I came in there, man, and Offset, Cube, everybody, they're like, ah, they're like, oh. And then Cat came in, and just the audition. And they said, you in. You in. And Friday after next. Listen, I saw Cube probably about a month ago. And I walked up to him, man. I said, dude, thank you. Thank you. I said, you have no idea how many careers you started just by giving us that shot.
Right.
A lot of people never, ever really give props what props is due.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they're like, well, I didn't get that much money, but dude, that was my start.
Yep.
Well, listen, I was in a little bitty cubicle. Man, I was just thankful. I was walking around. And listen, and what was so crazy is me and Cat was homeless at the time.
Wow.
So Cat was living in his trailer. And me and Cat said, hey, man, and I remember talking to Cat, I said, Cat, I said, we never get another opportunity. We got to make sure they remember us. I said, because we the two new cats in this whole thing. They know everybody else.
Right.
But I said, but it's me and you. And remember, man, I was not going to let what happened in my football career happen to my entertainment career.
Man, I'm listening to you tell the story, T. And the way you telling the story, football never gave you the high that what you got by just doing that.
Exactly. I knew I was in my destiny. When I say, and this is what I'm saying, I found my destiny. I was gone. When people see that scene in Friday After Next, look, you turn the sound down, it ain't a comedy.
Right.
We was crying.
Right.
We were deep. They was so in it. He was crying, I was crying. People were sitting by the monitors like, what are we looking at right now? Because I was so gone in it, and I said, this is what, and then it was so wild because I didn't even want money anymore. I said, I want that feeling again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's too, because you could talk about athletes and money and all that stuff, but there's a point when I'm sure when you just catching and doing everything right, you want to chase that again. They call it the zone. They call it what it's just flow, whatever that is. And let me tell you, you know when I hit that flow again? When I was doing White Chicks. That movie, White Chicks. Everything I said just flowed.
Friday Up Next, White Chicks came off of.
Well, it came after that.
Right.
Because again, you're talking about the Black Hollywood is very small.
Mm-hmm.
And once Friday After Next hit, people were like, this dude. And so what was so great is Keenan Ivory Wayans was like, hey man, we got to get this dude a shot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Right.
they're like, man, we want some of that on us. And
Right.
it kept, on all my business, Shannon, in this town has been repeat business. I mean, the reason I was with all these Sandler movies, Adam Sandler called me. But the thing is, when I did Longest Yard, which was my revenge on the NFL,
Right.
me and Michael Irvin,
Right.
the whole movie, I was like,
yeah.
this is the one everybody gonna remember. Like, good God, like, who gets that?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I remember Chris Rock was like, hey man, he's on the movie, Longest Yard. He said, dude, you killing, I got something for you. I said, what is it? He said, don't worry about it, I got something for you. I go home, the script for Everybody Hates Chris is literally on my doorstep. I open that up. He's like, I want you to play my dad. Because he saw me and my wife and my two kids out there in Santa Fe, New Mexico, when we was filming Longest Yard. He was watching. And that's the thing another people, you got to remember, everybody is watching. Everybody is watching. And so then I played Chris's dad, and Everybody Hates Chris for 4 years straight. This man, when I look at my life, man, I just thank God for every opportunity. And now this is another thing, because I'm now reached the point, because I play with all these guys and they're gone. Now I'm losing actors. Man, Andre Bauer passed away last week. And he took me under his wing, man. You talking about one of the best actors
Right.
of our generation.
Right.
I mean, Juilliard trained, absolutely incredible, Emmy Award winning, dramatic
Yeah.
beast.
Right. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Correct.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, who was able to come and flip it to a comedy like that. And I was like, man, what is the secret? And he never, this is another thing, he was like a super all-pro who could have looked down on all of us, but decided he was just gonna pull us all up with him. 61 years old. He was like my big brother.
Right.
I look at guys that are dying. When I look at Michael Clark Duncan's gone. Tiny Lister, gone. Lance Reddick, gone. And I'm like, Chadwick Boseman, gone. We did a movie Draft Day together. Okay? And I'm going, man, you don't have forever. You don't. You gotta go for it. You got to get what you are come to get now. And you can't waste time. You can't treat it like, well, I'll whatever.
Do it tomorrow.
Because I seen it in the NFL. And everybody thought, and this is the thing, everybody had determined certain people that already won. Like, I won life, he won. You know, people say, hey, won the internet, whatever. It ain't never over it. It's never how you start. It's how you finish.
Right.
And let me tell you, when I'm done, and I'll be honest with you, man, I'm just getting started. I truly, truly feel I have the same energy that I had when I first started. I'm really thankful to be sitting here with you right now. But I admire you for just your transition. You know what I mean? And the energy that you bring. Your passion is palpable. And I'm the same way. I'm 100% passionate.
Right.
That's all I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know no other way. I have no other way. I do everything like I'm getting $1 million.
When you sat down for the audition to read with Cat, did you know Cat prior to that?
Nope, not at all.
And you guys became pretty cool after
We
that.
became amazing friends. And what's so crazy, I used to watch him because we, remember a movie, when you shoot a movie, then you got to wait 1.5 years for it to come out.
Correct.
So you just wait, like people, you're like, man, well, I got this thing coming. They're like, yeah, right, whatever.
Right.
and you know what's so funny? After Friday After Next, I had to go back doing security. I had to go back.
Right.
Because I didn't have nothing else to turn to.
Right.
But I knew it was coming.
Right.
And what was so crazy, I would do commercials and different things, but I would go watch Cat Williams at the Hollywood Park Casino. He had his own room. And this man was the funniest man I ever seen, which was crazy. And then I'll never forget when he started selling out the Universal Amphitheater and watching them blow up. This is another thing too, to watch people it's funny because I see kids that's been on set and now they're superstars now. You know, like Tyler James Williams is now a superstar.
Right.
You know, I've watched people, this is the thing, you would never know what's gonna happen. You know, you look at things and you go, oh my God, this man was, listen, one great example, we were at the BET Awards and I saw this little kid walking around with a little hat on. And I was like, hey, I got his mixtape. I said, Kendrick. He's like, you know who I am? It's Kendrick Lamar, bruh. I said, man, your mixtape, dude, Section 80 is amazing. I said, you are the next. I said, Rebecca, this is Kendrick. He was like, you know who I am? I said, dude, I said, I love you. I said, I think you are going to be the future. And what's so crazy is that he called me a few years later, ended up doing a video with him.
Right.
Because he said, remember when you told me you knew who I was? And remember this? You told me I was going to be doing something great. Look at this, man. Now, look, tell me he's not the best in the world right now. And I'm so proud. And the thing is, too, man, there's another thing I had to learn and that the NFL taught me that I had to unlearn: competing. I decided to never compete with people. This was my problem. Because they call it the sin of comparison.
Right.
When I'm looking at what you got and comparing what I got, it's always going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Always.
Right.
Because you always going to come up short.
Yes.
Somebody always got more.
Right.
And then somebody always got less, but you always want more.
Right.
And I realized, man, that creativity was the exact opposite of competition.
Right.
If I'm being creative, I'm not competing. So I decided, you know what? Because everybody was like, hey, man, you gotta, when you gotta be like Tiny, you gotta be this, you gotta blah, blah, blah. I was like, no. I'm gonna be me. And they was like, yeah, but you kind of weird. I said, yeah, I am.
That's what made me unique.
I am. All right. Listen, first of all, you can't even, it got to the point where we read scripts now today. We want a Terry Crews type because they know that's just me.
Right.
And I decided by just being creative, that was my ticket out of that world of competition. Because this is the thing, man. The league is always,
It's got to be competition.
It's like, hey man, you versus so-and-so.
Right.
You wait, first of all, you got to fight the people in your own locker room first.
Yeah.
Before you even go up against another team. You know what I mean? And then you always being judged like, well, you missed a step and, did you miss that? But he didn't.
Right.
The coaches would never, they will always tell you what you messed up on.
Right.
And then being black, we would go into the locker room and if you hurt, they act like, you act like you don't want to play. I'll say, hey man, first of all, the white kids get hurt and they're like, yeah, he's hurt.
Right.
But I've never ever treated any black guy I knew in the locker room like he was really hurt. Wow. Like he was trying to cut out on the game.
So in other words, you said I gotta unlearn because you know it's a jungle mentality because someone is literally trying to take food off your table. Someone is trying to take a roof from over your kid and your family head to make sure they have one. But once you got into the entertainment space, you're like, I'm not competing against him.
Yeah. I mean, what can I do?
I'm in my lane.
First of all, I didn't go to school to act.
Right.
I didn't go to Juilliard.
Right.
You talking to a dude who ain't supposed to be here.
Right.
Everything I'm getting I ain't supposed to have.
Right.
So I'm already behind.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then I realized, wait a minute, if I just bring what I bring, I'm ahead. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I bring what only I bring to a project, because you can't do what I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is the one thing that the magic, and this is what I want to tell every young man is trying to transition out. That's the way it works for everything. That you have something that no one else has, but it's up to you to find it.
Right.
You got to find it. And you don't find it by comparing yourself with everybody else or whatever. You find it by finding out what you want to do. And this is when I had to make the hard realization that, man, maybe football it wasn't for me, but it got me to where I am.
Right.
And I'm very thankful for it. But let me tell you, I love the game. In fact, I don't even have a team. I just love the players.
Right.
It's just, sitting here with players, talk about, what we came through. It feels like a fraternity, man.
Right.
It feels like something we can therapize each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we all know it. We all seen it.
Right.
And we all played those games together. I mean, I was there when they was like, ain't no CTE. Sit down. You just weak.
Right.
I was like, man, my head hurt. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm seeing double.
Right.
And they're like, man, look, you just weak. I was there when they was telling everybody it wasn't real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, this is real, man. This is real.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because we like to do something before two something.